Hey, what's up guys? I am going to record a little vlog style video this week. It's going to be mostly about training around or training through a little bit of an injury. I'm dealing with like some shoulder stuff, and we have the circus coming up this weekend, so I'm just going to kind of document how I'm going to approach training. My goal is to still be able to push, work out hard, but not do anything that puts me in a worse situation. So I'm just going to kind of document how I'm going to approach workouts mentally, setting things up, scaling, that type of thing. So I'm just going to kind of wing this. No vlog equipment, an iPhone, and a lapel mic. So stay tuned. So class is looking at basically 4 heavy sets of 2 back squat, and then 4 heavy sets of 2 front squat. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is probably end up just doing 8 sets of 2 front squat. Getting the bar in a proper back rack position gives me a little bit of pain. I could probably manage, but like I said, I'm just trying to modify and not really have any pain this week. So that is the plan for the squats. All right, so the plan I came up with is I'm gonna do 4 sets with no belt and a pause at the bottom. And then my last 4 sets, I'm gonna go maybe throw a belt on and push that weight up a little bit, get rid of the pause. So 4 they'll be challenging because of the pause, and then 4 sets that are challenging because of the weight. So I think that's gonna allow me to push it, but not overdo it.
So one of the easiest ways to make a lift a little bit more challenging without adding load is to incorporate a tempo or a pause, or just get some more time under tension. I'm opting for pauses today because tempo might actually beat me up more. So tempo would be like where you go really slow on the way down or up. But by implementing this pause, it's just forcing me to really focus on my positioning at the bottom, keeping my elbows up, keeping my chest tall, keeping good posture throughout the lift. So something I really like to do to make a lift hard without adding weight.
My hands are shaking now, more than they ever used to. I'm so self-destruct.
So I ended up doing this pause for 4 sets and then ditched the pause. I thought I was going to throw a belt on, but I was feeling pretty good, so I ended up going beltless for a few more sets.
I know you, and I know that you know me too.
So when I made the jump from 255 to 265, I threw a belt on, but one of the things I like to do sometimes is I put a belt on, but I don't really cinch it down. I just kind of put it on to where I can feel it on my belly, and that gives me just a little bit of feedback to make sure I'm bracing. So I'm not relying on the belt, but I'm using it as a tool to give me some feedback.
Looking ahead to our conditioning here, we have a pretty hefty dose of overhead squats, not a crazy heavy weight. I probably am gonna just opt for the function version of this and go a little bit heavier with some front squats. I think I would probably be okay doing the overhead component. It's mostly just the press and lowering the weight back down. So once I get the weight locked out overhead, I don't think I would have an issue. But I'm just kind of thinking like, what's the point? I know I'll be 100% okay with the front squats. So that is the option I am looking at.
It's really hard to speak when you're finding a weakness in my every word. I try to run, but I'm now overcome with sadness.
So my goal for this workout was to dig a bit of a hole in the first round, get a little bit gassed, and then do my best to try to slow that down a little bit and be a little bit more cognizant of my pace once I've already become pretty darn tired. So I came out hot with some fast front squats and fast burpees, and then worked on my pacing by slowing the slowing the burpee down by using a different style. As you can see, I switched here to the step and then hop over the bar. Going into my last rounds here, I really wanted to push the pace on the burpees, but I just kind of thought about what the goal and what I was trying to get out of the workout was. So I refrained from doing some speed burpees over the bar at the end here and just kind of cruised it home.
All right, so that went about as expected. My goal was to find a super sustainable pace with the exception of, if you do math, about a quarter of your reps are in that first round of 21. So I really pushed the pace on that set of 21 to kind of dig myself a hole so that I could practice keeping a good steady pace when I was tired, and then resist the urge to really reach towards the end. So if this was like competition or an open workout or something like that, or if I was just kind of, you know, if I wasn't dialing it back a bit this week, I would have probably around the set of 12 really started pushing the pace on the burpees, but I forced myself to still do a step up and a 2-foot hop over instead of a speed burpee. So all those things are just little things that you can do to allow yourself to still push the pace, like work hard, but it'll just naturally slow your movement down and kind of force you to, it's essentially a forced deload or just a way to make things so you aren't able to overreach quite as easy. So that went well. I think I would have been fine with the overhead squats, but obviously the plan here is to rehab the shoulder and be ready to go this weekend. So I think it was a good choice.